Hey, Kirby here. This is my Dell Optiplex. It's my main computer. Now, it's pretty shitty, so I decided to do a sleeper PC build because I just really love the case and I love the idea of sleeper PCs and just about anything sleeper in general, right? So, inside of it right now, we've got an i3-2100 clocked at 3.1 gigahertz. It's a quad core. It's not very good and it bottlenecks. It hits 100% on just about anything, any game, running lowest settings, and you'll see just how horrible that is in a minute. So for RAM, it's got 16 gigabytes of DDR3 1333 megahertz RAM, and the graphics card is a 1050 Ti. I actually have no problems with the graphics card. I'm very happy with it. So now the new parts that I've got. For the CPU, crown gem, I've got an AMD Ryzen 5 5600G. Very amazing. And then I've got an EVGA 500 watt power supply and B550 motherboard, just standard motherboard, micro ATX, because it's a tiny case. And then for RAM, we've got 8 gigabytes because I'm kind of cheap. I'm going to get 16 later, all right? So it's going to be total 16. But for now, because I don't have a lot of money to spend, I only got 8. It's a DDR4 and 3000 megahertz. Pretty nice. So let's get unboxing, and then we can start gutting this, taking parts, put them all together. All right, now let's get to unboxing all of this beautiful hardware. Let's start with the motherboard. Oh yeah, look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Take that out. I'll read whatever's in there later. That is a beautiful motherboard. It's going to look great inside of my sleeper build. Unbelievable. Oh my. Now that's unfortunate. This doesn't seem to have a PS2 port. I'm not going to be able to use my keyboard. Oh boy. I should have checked that. Yes, I should have. Oh well. I don't really care. I do have other keyboards, but looks like I'm going to have to look into getting a new one, a new main keyboard. So, without further ado, let's get the power supply done. So, power supply. Here's our ceremonial little knife. Yes, look at that, just slice right open. This would be all my first new CPU, first new CPU parts, first new computer parts. I mean, my graphics card was new, but other than that, everything else has just been used. I bought this refurbished for $130. You know, so there we go. Nice brand new computer. Of course it does. Micro Center wouldn't do that to me. No. Of course this baby fits. That is nice. Yeah. No RGB. I don't do RGB. So here's the RAM. sticker to put on the front of my computer. I like that. Let's hope this AMD comes with one. Nice. This is nice. RAM. All right, crown jewel time. This is the Ryzen 5 5600G. Now this is nice. There's the cooler, reading material. Oh, and it does come with a little sticker. Actually, it comes with two. Oh, Radeon graphics. I actually don't have a Radeon graphics card. I have a NVIDIA graphics card, but oh well. I'm not going to put that on there. Oh yeah. This is heavy, dear God. All right, well, let's leave that in there for now. And with all that out of the way, let's get into the building montage. Alright, so I wasn't able to finish the time lapse due to technical difficulties, but let's get right into the benchmark, starting with the old PC while I boot this up. Over to you, Kirby. Thanks, Kirby. So, I've already loaded up our first game, Battlefront 2. This game is very CPU intensive, and usually my CPU is at 100% at all times while playing it when it's the only application open. You can see right here we're actually hovering between 90 and 95%, and we're just loading the game. The memory is at 10 gigabytes. The hard drive was just at 100% for a few minutes. Now it's dropping down to 0. And the graphics card is about 80%. And our temperature is at about 50 right now, and we're just loading up the game. So there we go. We're getting it loaded. Now we're in the menu. Flatlining 100%. The memory is at 9.8 gigabytes. So let's look at our options and our video. What kind of graphics do we have right now? So right now, actually here, let me full screen it just to get it all the way there. So resolution's at 90% and the graphics quality is at low. So let's play a game. Let's play a match. I usually do multiplayer, heroes and villains. Oh, I need to be online. Just a minute. Okay. We're online now. So heroes versus villains. We'll just do a quick match of that. So we're actually playing the game now, and you know I'm moving around, and we're at 100%, 10 gigabytes, and anywhere between 50 and 65%. It's not very good. Our temperature is at about 55%, so it is not handling this game very good. And keep in mind that we are at 90% resolution and all graphics set to low, so it really isn't taking this game very well, but it is definitely playable. I play this game sometimes, and it holds up really well. It really does. I mean, there's no real lag spikes. I can't see how many frames I'm getting. Actually, let me check. Well, it would seem that there was no way to see the FPS on Battlefront 2. So I'm going to load up our second game, Fortnite, because it's also a very good game to benchmark. It's also a lot harder on my computer. So I'll go get that loaded up. Well, right off the bat, Fortnite seems to be running a lot better than Battlefront 2. The CPU didn't even hit 100% while loading the game. The memory is at 5.5 gigabytes, and the graphics card is at 2%. Fix this real quick. Just make that a little bit taller. Alright, yeah. Fortnite is loading a little bit differently, but you'll soon see why I decided to use this. Well, mostly because of the frames per second counter that it has, but also because I'm running it on this PC at horribly low spec I think it's at like 50% resolution and everything else is low. It's horrible, which is why it's going to be really great to see the improvement of this game on the new PC. So right off the bat, you'll notice the horribly low resolution. It's just absolutely dog shit. So if you go to the settings, we'll see exactly what I'm running. I have the max frame rate limit of 60 FPS, as if I'm ever going to get there. 3D resolution is set to, let's just set it straight to 50%. And then the quality preset is low. And let's see, I didn't see the frames per second. It is on. Okay, so yeah, frames per second is on. So let's play a match. So Fortnite's loading. The disc is at 100%, but that'll get fixed. All right, we're now in the game. We're loading. Man, that resolution is hard to look at. We're at about 90. No way, it is jumping up and down. It's maybe 60 to 70%. Hard drive still at 100%. The memory is at 8 gigabytes, and the graphics card's at 20. So let's jump out. Let's land. It doesn't actually seem to be that bad, and we're actually hitting 60 frames per second. That's unusual. Here, let's see what kind of frames per second we can get if I let it go unlimited. Let's see, frames per second is down, it was up here, so unlimited. Alright, apply. Alright, we're getting about 70, 80. So, about 60. You know what, that 60 frames per second limit was actually called for. Yeah, we're getting, oh, I see it jump up to 100 a little bit. Right there, peak 131, 130, but we're averaging about 60, 70. Oh yeah, it jumped down to 13 when I got into this truck. And the CPU seems to be at about 95%, with the RAM at 8.6 gigabytes and the graphics card at 35%. So overall, not bad. Really hard on the CPU, just like Battlefront. And okay, and the temperature's at 47, not too big of a worry. Alright, well, I think that about concludes our benchmark. So, alright, I just booted up this computer for the first time. And you can see right here, AMD Ryzen 5 5600G with Radeon graphics. We've got 7.4 gigabytes of memory. This is amazing. I cannot wait to run these benchmarks. Now, quick note, I had to turn the computer on by shorting some pins. The power button that comes with this case is proprietary and also not long enough, so you might have to look into getting a new button and stuff like that. Also, there's the the front USB ports. They're not going to work anymore. I'm going to also look into getting those fixed because I do want it to work. So if you're doing a Dell Optiplex sleeper build and getting a new motherboard and whatnot, keep that in mind. Alright? Now, let's get on to running Battlefront 2. Now we have Battlefront 2 loading on a brand new computer. Alright? CPU is only at 20%, whereas on the i3-2100, it was at 100% while loading the game. The RAM is up to 6.7 gigabytes, and the disk is at 100%. Not very good, and can't wait to get an SSD. So, now we just kind of wait. Oh, CPU has hit 100%, and it's dropped back down to 10. Okay, so, and it's back up to 100. Alright, so I guess the CPU can hit 100%, but obviously 100% of this computer is way above 100% of the other CPU. So even if this thing is at 100%, it's probably still a lot better than the other one, you know? Alright, so we're now in the main menu. CPU is only at 30%, and the graphic card is at 100, and our memory is at 100. So now, I know I've only got 8 gigabytes, but that's because I had to cheap out a little bit. I'm going to get another 8 gigabyte stick later. They're only 30 bucks, so it's just to lighten the load, you know. I'll get another one later. The graphics card is really struggling. So let's look at our options here and what kind of video stuff can we improve on. Because it's all still set to low. Let's set the resolution back up to 100. Oh, right, that's right, we gotta full screen it. Set the resolution back up to 100%. And let's set it to medium. Let's see how that does. Now let's play a multiplayer, Heroes vs. Villains. And hold on a second while I connect to the internet. Oh, failed to connect to the EA servers, huh? That doesn't seem right. Well, I guess that's fine. We can always just play a single player match. Let's go for instant action. Try and get this over with. So if we set everything to medium, we're only at 30% CPU usage, which implies that this CPU is over 3 times better. 3 times more CPU. That's pretty nice, actually. The memory is still holding quite high. I really should have gotten a second card. The graphics card seems to not be liking this, but it's doing its job. Our temperature, oh boy, it's 55 degrees. I will have to look into getting some better thermal paste because I just used what was already on it. Some weird gluey type stuff. I'm sure it's not the best. So yeah, I'll definitely have to look into getting some new thermal paste and maybe even just a better cooler altogether, because it's really not doing a good job. It really isn't. Alright, well, looks like we're ready to play. So I always play the heavy, as you can see, maxed out cards. And let's get over to this game. Alright, let's benchmark. Yes. Sorry, Alzheimer's moment. We are benchmarking. So we seem to be at about 70%, 60 to 70% CPU usage, 60 degrees, and the memory is at 6.4 gigabytes being used. Graphics card is right about 100. So I guess now the graphics card is the bottleneck, huh? Wouldn't have expected that. Well, I mean, I guess I should have expected that. Oh, we got a bit of a lag spike there. Ooh, big lag spikes. Oh boy. I wonder what's causing that. Maybe the graphics card. Alright. No, yeah, CPU is holding at about 65-70%. That's really good, because we also are at medium graphics. So, yeah. Passed with flying colors. So now, let's load up Fortnite. All it seems I was right on the money. We're getting, we're getting 200 frames per second. Our highest is 255, 263, 295. Oh my god, I was off. we're getting 200 frames. Oh my goodness. So let's run around a bit. Let's shoot a gun, and change up the graphics, because this is doing absolutely amazing. I'm gonna go to my favorite little spot. It's this what is this place? It's a I forgot the name. But this place, it seems to always have a tire upgrade no matter what. Oh, a truck. Perfect. Dude, we are, oh my god, 328 frames per second. Alright. Change the settings. Actually, let's set it way lower, just to see what kind of frames we get now. Alright, 327, 330, 355. This is amazing. Alright. So now let's actually set the resolution up to 100%. Oh my god. Wow. That is a huge difference. We're still getting 200 frames. So now let's set the auto set to medium with the resolution up 100%. We're still getting over 120 frames per second. So, wow, this is actually incredible. Alright, let's set it up to epic. just see how that does. That took a second. Ooh, wow, whoa. That, no, nope. All right, medium, 100% 3D resolution, very playable, 120 frames per second. So I'm gonna set the frame rate limit to 60, and we're gonna be able to hold 60 for the entire time. So this has been absolutely an amazing upgrade compared to my original setup. I wonder if I can use off-road tire mods twice. Nope. Alright, well, I guess that concludes this PC sleeper build. So, as I may have mentioned earlier, power button didn't work, and I had to turn this on by shorting some pins, and the front I/O doesn't work anymore. So I'm going to go back to Micro Center. I'm going to try and figure that out and eventually figure out the front I/O. Other than that, it's been absolutely amazing, and I think that the Dell Optiplex case is great for a sleeper because it fits a micro ATX. Everything seems to be completely standard except for a lot of I guess all of the stock things. The case itself is an amazing case. Everything else is not only dog shit but also proprietary, so you're gonna have to figure that out. If you're good with that kind of stuff, then amazing. I would recommend something better than a 1050 Ti if you're going to be going with a whole new, entire new PC. I only got the 1050 Ti because it was the most powerful graphics card that was compatible with the i3 2100. So, with all that said and done, thank you for watching.